you need, I'ma be your idol.
K-pop is in trouble. No, not because of a scandal. Not because of another dating ban. Not even because of contract disputes. It's something deeper, stranger, animated. K-pop is doomed. And here's why. In June 2025, Netflix dropped an animated film called K-pop Demon Hunters. It was supposed to be a fun fantasy action movie featuring a girl group who moonlight as demon slayers. But it did more than entertain. It exploded. Over 80 million streams in less than a month, chart-topping singles, a viral TikTok dance challenge, real K-pop idols reacting and participating, and a fan base that's already rivaling actual idol fandoms. But this isn't just a movie, it's a wake-up call. Meet Huntrix, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. They've got visuals, vocals, personality, and plot armor. Literally. Their debut song, Golden, isn't just catchy, it hit #1 globally. They've become TikTok royalty, and their fandom isn't playing around. Over 3,600 fanfics in the first month. Cosplay, light sticks, merch drops. Even the real-world idols are getting in on it. Is that admiration or panic? Let's be honest, Huntrix doesn't get tired. They don't get hate comments. They don't age, no plastic surgery rumors, no dating scandals, just perfect visuals and perfect lore. That's a terrifying level of control and appeal. The movie wasn't just written by K-pop fans. It was engineered like a meticulously planned comeback. Every element, from the visuals to the rollout strategy, mirrored the blueprint of a top-tier idol debut. This wasn't accidental. It was tactical. Start with the music. Teddy Park, the same hitmaker behind Blackpink and 21, was on the production team. The soundtrack was co-composed by some of the same producers who've written for BTS, IU, and ITZY. These weren't movie songs, they were bona fide bangers. Every track sounded like it belonged on Music Bank or M Countdown. Then there's the choreography. Instead of just animating flashy dance moves, the team worked with real idol choreographers. Every movement was designed with virality in mind. Tight transitions, high-energy key points, and signature poses that begged to become TikTok trends. And they did. The hashtag Takedown Challenge clocked tens of millions of views within the first 2 weeks. But they didn't stop at music and dancing. The visuals? Unreal. A fusion of traditional 2D and slick 3D animation that captured K-pop's aesthetic obsession with fashion, glam, and futuristic design. Each character had a distinctive visual era. Think Zoe in the neon midnight look, or Rumi's blood moon hair. Fans were already drawing fan art, creating style boards, and replicating their outfits on social media. Now, here's where it gets really wild. The promotional rollout. Netflix treated this like an actual idol debut. Teaser posters were dropped weeks before release, styled like individual member promos. Concept trailers introduced each girl with their own color palette, vibe, and signature move. They even had behind-the-scenes training clips of the animation and voice cast, styled like K-pop trainee montages. And when the film dropped, it wasn't just a streaming event, it was a comeback. They had a launch countdown, social media rollouts timed to the hour, and curated playlists on Spotify and Apple Music. The fictional group Huntrix even got verified artist pages. Fans could stream their music, follow their official accounts, and even buy branded merch from the film's launch microsite. At this point, it stopped being a movie and started being a marketing masterclass. Netflix and Sony didn't just create characters, they launched a virtual idol group with everything except a physical tour schedule. This is the first time, maybe in entertainment history, that a completely fictional K-pop group has matched and in some ways outperformed the marketing precision of actual agencies like HYBE, SM, or YG. It's not just impressive, it's unsettling. Because if you're an actual idol, out there grinding through dance practice and live streams and showcase performances, imagine waking up to find out your biggest competition is a digital trio who don't need to eat, sleep, or survive on 3 hours of rest a night. And the scariest part? Fans don't seem to care. They're standing anyway. Okay, deep breath. Let's bring it back. Is K-pop really doomed? No, not yet. But let's be honest, something fundamental is shifting. For over 2 decades, K-pop has thrived on a very specific formula: tightly managed idol groups, elaborate visuals, addictive music, and the creation of a deep parasocial bond between idols and fans. But we're now entering a phase where that formula is being questioned, even replaced by something weirder, more digital, less human. The rise of K-pop demon hunters isn't a fluke. It's a reflection of what today's audiences are craving. Not just music, but mythology. Not just performances, but personas with powers. Not just stages, but universes they can explore, obsess over, and contribute to. Fans want storylines, lore, immersion, emotional complexity. They want to interact with the idols' worlds, not just watch them. It's no longer enough for a group to drop an album every few months. Fans want animated backstories, cinematic trailers, fictional diaries, and ARG-style Easter eggs. And K-pop Demon Hunters nailed this. It delivered a complete immersive ecosystem on day one. The music, the personalities, the choreography, and most importantly, the narrative arc. It didn't feel like watching a new group launch. It felt like being invited into an epic alternate reality K-pop multiverse. That's what makes it so disruptive. Agencies that don't adapt to this, that don't understand the hunger for narrative and interactivity, will find themselves left behind. The old formula of debut group plus variety show plus comeback is no longer enough. Today's fans want something closer to the MCU than M Countdown. The smart labels? They're already shifting. HYBE has been building the BTS universe for years, with webtoons, novels, and cinematic videos. SM Entertainment has its whole Kwangya lore with aespa and the SM culture universe. JYP's recent groups are starting to hit at their own narrative frameworks too. Even mid-tier companies are launching idol groups with fully built story concepts, character backgrounds, and online worlds. But let's not kid ourselves, not everyone's ready for this. Smaller agencies, rookie groups, and even some veteran idols are struggling to keep up with the new standard. In this new era, it's not just about singing and dancing anymore. It's about world building. It's about creating a brand that extends far beyond music. And that's a completely different skill set. The line between idol and intellectual property is blurring. The most successful acts going forward might not be the best performers. They might be the most compelling characters. Characters that fans can ship, cosplay, write fanfic about, and experience in multiple formats across multiple platforms. And that's the existential threat, not to K-pop itself, but to the idol as we know them. The stage isn't going anywhere, but it's no longer the whole story. And if idols can't keep up with the demands of this new era, one that's faster, flashier, and more fantastical, they may find themselves sidelined by fiction. So is K-pop doomed? Not today, but tomorrow? Only if it refuses to evolve. So where does this all lead? If K-pop Demon Hunters gets a sequel, and let's be honest, with those streaming numbers, it's practically guaranteed. It won't just be a movie. That was only the first step. What's coming next could completely redefine what we think K-pop even is. Picture this, a virtual concert experience, not on a stage, but in the multiverse. Fans log in from around the world to see Huntrix perform in real time, complete with interactive light sticks, AR stages, and voice-reactive fan chants. The girls don't miss a beat. They don't need to rest. They're streaming from code. Or maybe a mobile rhythm game, where you don't just play their songs, you live their story. Battle demons with Zoe, unlock new costumes with Mira, watch exclusive behind-the-scenes animated diaries for Rumi. You're not just a fan, you're a part of their journey. And the merch? Oh, it won't stop at t-shirts. We're talking NFT photo cards, limited edition digital wearables, real-world drops tied to virtual storylines. Maybe even a fan-designed comeback concept chosen by poll, with AI helping animate the music video in real time. And here's the kicker. What if the group, the fictional trio Huntrix, starts releasing new music long after the movie ends? Monthly comebacks, Spotify singles, animated performance videos, entire albums crafted by producers who've never met a human vocalist. Because they don't need to. Huntrix doesn't need vocal lessons. They don't have scandals, they don't disband, they're eternal. And if their vocals start to sound eerily like your favorite real-life idol, that's not a coincidence, that's data. So, if you're an idol trainee watching this right now, dreaming of your debut, your biggest competition might not be across the hall anymore. It might not even exist in the real world. It might be an algorithm, an avatar, A franchise that never sleeps, never stumbles, and never falls out of favor with the fans. K-pop isn't just a genre anymore, it's a media empire. And like all empires, it's evolving rapidly. But here's the catch. If the lines between reality and fantasy blur too far, if the stage becomes nothing more than a simulation, and if fans decide they'd rather stand the perfect fantasy than the flawed reality, then yeah, K-pop might just be doomed. Not because it failed, because it succeeded too well at becoming a dream that no human could ever live up to. Subscribe for more deep dives into music, media, and the madness of pop culture. Drop a comment, would you stan Huntrix? And hit like, before an AI replaces me too.